I mean, good googly moogly. You got Dylan Gabriel getting selected before Shedeur Sanders. I forgot Dylan Gabriel even existed. Here's my biggest question. What was Shedeur Sanders saying and doing in these interviews? Because it had to be bad. If I had to give you my best educated guess with everything I've seen up until this point, Quinn Ewers and Howard are both coming off the board before Shedeur Sanders. And there's a legit possibility that Sanders goes undrafted. I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth, but it looks like it could happen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great Friday night. Hope all of you having a great start to your weekend. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, yeah, you know why I'm here. I know why you're here. Not going to hold with y'all. I thought about busting out the whiteboard. I did. I thought about busting out the whiteboard, getting the lights out. As y'all know, we only make videos in the man cave during college football season. But this is so important. I thought about doing a live reaction to all of it and giving you my media reaction with the face cam. But I decided, let's not get too crazy. We'll just do a regular video like we normally do. The reason I did consider making this video in the man cave, getting all the lights, not out of retirement, but out of, I guess you'd say storage. Yeah, get them out of storage. That's a better way of saying it. Is so you could see my face and see how shocked I am. I am shocked, to say the least. What has happened is, and this is the best word I can use to describe it, it's unfathomable. I hope this gives you a better perspective. I almost made this video when he didn't get selected in the second round. I came up to the office. I was going to record it, and wherever he got drafted in the third round, I just continued to talk about it in the video. But he didn't even get drafted in the third round. What's going on? I can't, and I mean I can't emphasize this enough, I am flabbergasted he didn't get selected in the second round. The third round, too, is ridiculous. And y'all can sit up here all you want, all the Timothys and Bobbies, and say, Matt, he ain't that good. Matt, you shouldn't be shot by this. Dude, I don't care how much of a Shedeur Sanders hater you are. You can be the biggest Sanders family out there, but even you didn't see this coming. There's no way any of you watching this video expected Shedeur Sanders to be a day 3 guy. Everyone and their mama thought bare minimum, oh yeah, he getting selected in the third round. And don't sit up here and try to act like you knew he was going to fall this far, because you didn't, okay? I mean, good googly moogly. You got Dylan Gabriel getting selected before Shedeur Sanders. I forgot Dylan Gabriel even existed. And what about this one? Milroe. Jalen Milroe. Did you see him against Michigan? Not the first time in the championship. I mean, in his last and final game at Alabama. He had 3 turnovers in 4 plays. Milroe got drafted before Shedeur Sanders. And if you know anything about me in this channel, y'all will know I'm an Alabama fan. But even I'll be the first to tell you, Shedeur Sanders is a much better quarterback than Jalen Milroe. Give me Shedeur Sanders every day of the week. And what about this? We got to bring it up. At number 40, of course, I thought Shedeur Sanders had a decent chance of going there, but what do I know? The Saints get Tyler Show. Have you seen this guy's film, the quarterback from Louisville? I'm not going to call him awful, but man, there's so many other quarterbacks. I like Will Howard over Tyler Show. Milroe. I may throw Gabriel in there. Quinn Ewers. How is Tyler Show a better prospect than Quinn Ewers? I digress. Heading into today, I thought there was 3 great opportunities for Shedeur to get selected very early on in the second round. 33, Cleveland Browns. 36, also Cleveland Browns. 40, Saints. I knew if he didn't get selected 40th overall by the Saints, he was going to be in trouble, and in trouble he was. I assumed if the Saints didn't get him at 40th overall, he has a legit possibility and chance of going undrafted, because all the other teams in this draft, they don't need a quarterback, and I didn't think they were going to pursue one, in which I was right. They didn't. After the 40th overall pick, the next time we saw a quarterback taken off the board was in the 3rd round with the 92nd overall pick, Jalen Milroe out of Alabama. After that, we had Dylan Gabriel at 94, and that was it for the quarterbacks. Earlier today, we made a video, and that video is titled, Shedeur Sanders didn't get drafted because of this, and we were talking about why he didn't get selected in the 1st round. Well, everything I said in that video, if you haven't seen it, feel free to check it out for yourself. It applies to what transpired today. If you are wondering why Shedeur Sanders didn't get drafted, you need to watch that video. We talk all about it. I will repeat some of it and go over some of the points because, reminder, we got new people coming to the channel every single day. I'm grateful for that. By the way, if you are new here or you're not subscribed and you like college football, NFL, and sports content, consider joining our community. We love to have you here. But long story short, there are not just one, but multiple reasons as to why Shedeur Sanders has still not been drafted. Number one, it's the biggest one you got to throw out there. These NFL teams and executives, GMs, they don't want a cocky/arrogant quarterback. I've said before, I'm going to say it again. Does his attitude rub me the wrong way? Absolutely not. But I was a former athlete. I had an ego. I guess that's why I'm willing to overlook it. The way Shedeur acts, it really bothers these NFL teams. I'm not like guessing. No. I'm telling you. I talk to these scouts all the time. If you're going to be a drama queen, a diva, cocky, arrogant, whatever, you're going to have a big personality. That's fine if you're a wide receiver, cornerback, a skill position player. Teams will overlook it all the time, say, not a big deal, not big enough a turnoff. But at the quarterback position, completely different story. These teams want a mellow, a well-mannered quarterback who is all about his business. Talked about it earlier, going to bring it up again. A great example, Jalen Hurts. Look at how he handles himself. He's boring. That's what teams want with a quarterback. The last thing these teams want in a quarterback, the face of the franchise, is a guy who's going to be flexing his $100,000 Rolexes, his $200,000 chains, telling the media he's the best quarterback and the best thing since sliced bread, and yada, yada, yada. No, they despise that. And matter of fact, they want the complete opposite. They want a quarterback who's going to throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns and say, I did okay, but there's things I and the team can improve on. I'm sure some of you have heard this saying. You're now seeing it come to light right in front of your eyes. Talent will only get you so far. These teams are not drafting you just solely based off of your talent and athletic ability. Although that's a big part, the other main part of it is your personality, your character, and how you act. You know why that is such a big deal? And I'd say it's split down the middle 50-50 with talent and your character. Because these teams are investing in you. They're about to write you, if you're selected in the first round, a $30 million check. Let me ask you a question. Would you write a $30 million check to a guy you're not too fond of? You don't like how he handles himself? You don't like how he acts? No! That's what's happening to Shedeur Sanders. It's not even like these teams are going, he's not that good of a player. They know he's a good player. It's the other side to it, everything else. They don't want to write a check to this guy, draft him, however you want to say it. Because of his attitude. It's almost like they're trying to send a message, or not even almost. That's exactly what's going on. They are trying to send a message to Shedeur and his entire family. I don't even view it as the NFL being petty. I view it as they don't like how he acts, so yeah, they're not going to draft him. It's as simple as that. I've said it 1,000 times. I'm going to say it again. I don't have a problem with how Shedeur acts or how he carries himself, but I'm also not an NFL GM. I'm not going to divulge into this too much, but I know there's going to be some people saying it. I already have people tweeting at me. Well, there's only one explanation, Matt. This has got to be racism. That's it. I'm not even going to get into that. Here's all I'm going to say. Keep your wokeness and keep racism talks and conversation outside of, number one, our channel and community, and number two, outside of sports. This is not racism. It's the stupidest argument I've seen. You know why? I can debunk it. You know who got selected first overall? Oh, that's right. A black quarterback. Come on, man. What are we doing? Get a load of this tweet. I had someone send it to me. This is from Stephen A. Smith. Someone just texted me this, and they are absolutely correct. Quote, unquote, this is a bad look for the NFL. This feels like Kaepernick-level collusion. All the hard work the NFL league office puts into eradicate these kinds of perceptions, only to turn around and watch as the owners look like they're colluding, messing up everything. What has been done to Shedeur will outshine everything else in this draft. We'll never believe this is about just talent evaluation again. I don't take Stephen A. Smith's opinion serious because he's a nerd, but let me just throw this out there. Not everything needs to be a conspiracy theory, man. It's as simple as this. These teams aren't too fond of him. They don't like him. And we've already went over why they don't like him. Is he talented? Absolutely. But there's more to the NFL than just being talented. When they're talking about the quarterback position, you got to be a good leader. Although I think he's a good leader, these teams, they don't think so. And I can't blame them because it's going to be really hard for the 35-year-old vet on any team out here, multiple vets at that, to respect their quarterback who's getting up there, flashing all these chains and acting like a kid. You know who these teams are going to respect? Cam Ward. Did you see what he was wearing to the, not combine, why was I wanting to call it the combine, to the draft? Nice, simple, great look. Wasn't too flashy, wasn't over the top. He was about his business. That's how it came off to me and a lot of other people out here, and it's why it was the number one overall pick. If you got to ask me, Shedeur Sanders is just as talented as Cam Ward. He is. But the difference maker with Cam Ward is he is strictly all about football. He's about his business. He's trying to get in there and win games. When Shedeur Sanders, he's caught up in so much other crap, social media. He's also a rapper. It's the big circus, man. It is. It's what I've called it since day one at Colorado. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just reality. With Shedeur Sanders, you are going to get a bunch of drama that comes with it. And teams don't want that in the NFL. This isn't college, man. This is a business. Another good example, Jalen Milroe. I know he's not going to start for the Seahawks, but that entire locker room, they are going to respect him to the highest of levels. Here's something I want to throw in there. This was posted 3 days ago before the NFL draft. I thought it was a false report. Come to find out, and of course hindsight's 2020, it was true. An NFL assistant coach on Shedeur Sanders, and I quote, "The worst formal interview I've ever been in my life. He's so entitled. He takes unnecessary sacks. He never plays on time. He has horrible body language. He blames his teammates. But the biggest thing is, he's not that good." That wasn't posted a couple hours ago. This was before the draft 3 days ago. I saw this. I thought it was some troll. I didn't think it was real. Come to find out, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It had to be true. And I'm with this comment right here. How bad was this interview actually? And how bad were all the interviews? Here's my biggest question. What was Shedeur Sanders saying and doing in these interviews? Because it had to be bad. Was he telling them it's going to be my way or the highway? Was he like, I ain't worried about it if y'all don't want me, somebody to get me? It had to be some crazy stuff. This was an interesting one, the body language. That's true. His body language at Colorado when they weren't doing good and they were losing, it was awful. When he was doing good and the team was winning, it was great. But when they weren't doing good, yeah, it was a bad look. I remember it. Here's another thing we need to talk about. Quinn Ewers and Will Howard are still on the board. If I had to give you my best educated guess with everything I've seen up until this point, Quinn Ewers and Howard are both coming out of the board before Shedeur Sanders. And there's a legit possibility that Sanders goes undrafted. I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth, but it looks like it could happen. Here's the last thing I'm going to say before we end out this video. Shedeur Sanders has lost a bunch of money. If he would have went back to Colorado, he would have made what, $4 to $5 million this year? Well, 4th and 5th round picks, if he does get selected there, they only make like $1 million per year. But even worse than that, these teams that pick you in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, they don't have an incentive to keep you. They're only giving you like a $2 or $3 million contract. Therefore, if you're not crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's, they're going to cut you. This ain't like you were picked early in the 2nd round and teams are going to give you chance after chance after chance. No. You're walking on thin ice. This is a disaster for Shedeur Sanders. If he got selected in the 1st round, $20, $30 million, but now he'll be lucky to make, like I said, $1 million per year. I'm wishing him best of luck. We'll see what happens if he does get selected or whenever he does. Hopefully he does. We'll make a video on it tomorrow. See you guys then. Let me know your thoughts down below. But